Good morning to you. This is the earliest I've ever started off the vlog, but I'm on my way to the gym. If you want to skip ahead because maybe you're here because you want to know the best and worst products that I've picked, I'm going to put the timestamp right here and also in the description box. You can jump on ahead right there if you want to do that now. So you might be wondering, why do I go to the gym so often? I actually go every day, and the reason is very simply my doctor told me to. My oncologist specializes in how exercise affects cases coming back and cancer survival rates and stuff like that. You guys know I'm a breast cancer survivor, and she said to go and exercise every day. She didn't say the gym or anything like that, but she says it's a really important part of how I have to try and stay healthy. So I listen to what she says and I go all the time. I also think it's just really well established that you need to exercise for optimal health and to feel good and to stay flexible and all those things that get even more important as you get older. So I just try and keep to it every day because it's easier for me to do it every day rather than pick days, because if I have to do it every day, then I won't forget, or I don't have to like hedge my bets about what day I'm gonna go or not. Just much easier when it's just part of a daily routine. Because I was in a rush to get out the door, I picked 2 gloves and they don't match. Right, back now from the gym. Hope you guys don't mind that I don't really take any shots in there. At my gym, it's pretty discouraged to take videos and photos, which I totally agree with, because I don't want to be popping up in the back of someone's exercise video when I'm just trying to get my sweat on. I don't know. Anyhow, how long has it been since we've sat here together in this exact spot? Those of you who followed me for a long time know that this is my usual environs for shooting with the candles on. I thought I would get everything nice and cozy for us and hop right into the best and worst of 2022. Meaning, of course, I can't go through every product known to humankind, but I'm gonna go through the things that I've tested, and most of these have associated videos with them, but not all. I will tell you the ones that I do have, and I will also link them down below in the description box. So if you feel like watching any of these in depth and seeing sort of physically what happened to my hair in those cases, go ahead, and some will be products you've never seen before. So without any further, let's hop right into it. I thought we could maybe kick things off on a positive note by starting with the things that I like the best, and I tried a lot of products. Now the product testing is slowing down as I sort of am moving into this vlog format, but I am still testing products because they get sent to me, or I just buy new things. I'm curious too, so that will continue to be something that we do here. So make sure that you like and subscribe if you want to keep seeing these. They're just a little bit more embedded in the video, as you're seeing right now. Some of the things that I really liked. Okay, first off, Virtue Flourish was a surprise hit for me. This is a shampoo and a conditioner, and I used them together. I particularly like the shampoo. I thought the conditioner was okay. It promises to reduce hair loss in the shower, and I actually found, much to my dismay and extreme skepticism, that it did actually do what it said it's supposed to do, at least for my case. What kind of hair do I have? Okay, I am a hair loss recoverer, so there's that. I have sort of dry, I definitely have dry hair. It is a 2A, 2B wave, which refers to the amount of bend in the hair. So 2 is sort of more your wavies, 3, 4 are your curly hair people. I'm very firmly in the sort of slight wave category. And like all of you and many of you who found me on this channel, I definitely get hair loss. For me, it very much tends to be seasonal. I found that when I was using Virtue Flourish, I had very, very little. I'm talking just a few strands. So if you want to go back and watch that video, I've made like a whole thing about how I tried it, what I thought about it. Again, as I said, we'll link it up. This is an expensive shampoo. So the reason I wanted to talk about some of these bests first also is because maybe you're heading out. I know we're getting very close to Christmas now, but maybe you're heading out to do some last minute shopping, or maybe where you live, there's some sales. There's gonna be some sales coming up in the new year. I just wanted to put this on your radar because the stuff is expensive at regular price. I think it's available at Sephora. It is available, I believe, at many higher end department stores. It's pricey, but I'm actually gonna give it an endorsement. I don't endorse a lot of things here. You guys will know I'm more famous probably for dunking on things than anything else. It was a good one. It definitely did for me what it said it was gonna do. Does it reverse hair loss? No. Does it end every problem, every bad hair day ever? Of course not. But I did definitely, just technically speaking, lose less hair in the shower. Next up is the Ladora Duo, which I have been getting still a lot of questions about. People are just very curious what it is because it looks like a brush, and it kind of is. It is an all-in-one hair care device that you plug in and it charges. It doesn't use any kind of batteries that you'll need to keep buying. It charges much like, I don't know, your smartphone basically. Just stick it into your USB port. It also comes with, at least where I live, in North America, it comes with an electrical plug. And what this is just something that I use on the regular. It delivers serum into my hair, and I do like the serum. I love that it delivers very, very little, because I think part of the problem with me and serum use is that it's kind of hard to sort of really target it to where you need it. But this does a perfect job of getting the right amount in, because you'll see the little thing that holds the serum, which I'll show you now, is quite small, and it takes a long time. It takes like a month, at least in my case, to empty it. So just imagine, just tiny little bits of that are going into my scalp very slowly. But what I really enjoy it for is the elements of head massage, and just the fact that, you know, it makes me take time to look after my scalp and deliver that little bit more hydration. And it also found it's benefited my actual hair. My hair looks softer and feels healthier, I would say, than it had before. One thing though I have not found it to do, and I think that probably that is the thing that people are expecting it to do, is to regrow hair loss. I have now more receding hair in my temples and stuff like that, and I cannot say that this has restored it, but definitely I do enjoy it, and I do like to use it when I feel a headache coming on. I almost always put it on, and it really helps. I've made a very, very full walkthrough through this, also an unboxing of this item, so if you want to see those, go ahead. Also, don't pay full price. I have a coupon code if you do decide to buy it down below in the description box. So be sure to use that. Don't pay full price. Another new fave, one that kind of surprised me a little bit, was Briogeo oil. I think that this is such a pretty bottle. First of all, it's got a real dried rose and rose petals in it, but it is an all natural product. So if that matters to you, great. But maybe you have kids and you want to make sure that you're using whatever on them. I'm not the biggest advocate of like clean beauty, but I did appreciate that it does have that in it. It's just basically an oil. It can be a bit on the heavier side, so maybe not suitable if your hair is already oily, or if you have short hair, I can imagine it sort of maybe being a little bit too much. If you just use it very sparingly, it tends to work quite well. And I just found that it delivers just the right amount of shine and hydration. I'm actually going to use a tiny bit now. I've made the mistake though of using way too much, so don't do that. This should last a long time. This will last me at the rate that I'm going, definitely a year. Yeah, Briogeo. I actually haven't tried any of the other products, but people are always telling me about Briogeo's different shampoos and stuff like that I should be trying. So I only have one head of hair though, so it can take me a while to get around to these things. So I definitely appreciate your patience on the matter. So for me, definitely one of the best of 2022. Another one that I don't have here to show you, but I think that you will like if you're like me and you need more hydration and you want to purchase, maybe you want to treat yourself to a little bit more of an expensive shampoo, but you don't want to splash out on the Kerastase. Okay, Pureology's Hydrate, which comes in a purple bottle. I think you're gonna like it. I found it to be actually quite hydrating and suitable for color-treated hair and very dry hair. I don't know what it was about this stuff, but it just worked really well for my type of hair, and I found it actually to be a bit of a dupe. And I have mentioned I have a whole video about dupes on a very recent vlog for Vlogmas, so go ahead back into, I have like a whole playlist of like Christmas vlogs, and that one is called Dupes, if you want to see me talk a little bit more in depth about it. But I found it to be actually a good dupe for my slightly more expensive Holy Grail Kerastase shampoo. So go ahead and check that one out. Again, now's the time for sales. Now's the time maybe you're going to do some traveling for like Christmas vacation, winter vacation. Maybe get some travel sizes and see how they work for you. Let's carry on now to, oh, I've got one more best, sorry, that I wanted to show you. This is one that I've never really showed myself talking about in depth here. This is not hair care, this is skincare, but we do talk about skincare too, and that is this Nude Sticks. It is called Citrus Sea Mask and Daily Moisturizer, Yuzu, and turmeric, and you can see that I've squeezed her quite a bit because I've been using this pretty regularly. Goes on beautifully under makeup. It says mask. It's not really a mask. It's just basically a thick moisturizer. So if you need a thick moisturizer, this one I found to perform really, really well. Looks quite good under makeup. I'm wearing it today underneath my usual foundation, which is Revlon Color Stay. And it's just this really nice scent, which Yuzu is a type of citrus, so it's a very light citrus scent, and the turmeric lends it, I don't think the turmeric has much scent, but it lends it almost a sort of yellow tinge, which you don't see once you rub it in. There is no yellow tinge or anything like that, but I love the scent. It's really, really nice. Nude Sticks makes some really nice stuff. I feel like they're a little bit under the radar type of company, but I think that you would like this if you picked it up. It says to use it as a nightly treatment mask for dehydrated skin. I did do that. I found it actually too heavy. At night, I don't like to wear a heavy moisturizer at night. I kind of like to go nearly bare skinned, and maybe I'll have a bit of a retinol if I'm doing a retinol treatment. Too heavy for night, but great in the day. One of the main ingredients seems to be glycerin. So if you're someone whose skin likes glycerin, and mine does, you may enjoy this product. It also is made in Korea, which, heads up if you didn't know this, France and Korea, I would say, make some of the best skincare products. Fight me about that in the comments if you don't agree. We'll talk now about some of the worst things that I tried this year, and I don't have the products with me, which probably isn't very much of a surprise, but I will put up images so you can see what I'm talking about, because sometimes it's nice to connect what I'm saying with the actual way that it looks so that you can sort of mesh the two in your mind. These did not work on my hair for whatever reason. And I think they're all they're all expensive-ish products. Okay, so we'll start with the least expensive one, which is JVN's Air Dry Creme or Cream. I really wanted to love anything by Jonathan Van Ness, someone who I've been a fan of for a very long time. Did not find that this particular Air Dry Creme, A, did anything in my hair. It's like I put it in and nothing happened. But B, left a scent that I did not like. And I am not scent sensitive very, very much in terms of like, I don't get like a big headache or anything like that if something is strongly scented, but I dislike a lot of scents, and I dislike this one. I found it to smell almost exactly like hand soap that you get in like a hospital set. Hospital soaps don't usually tend to smell. Say you go to the mall and there's like the hand soap at the mall. It has that sort of industrial hand soap smell that I do not like. And boy, did it linger. Lingered and lingered and lingered. Even though the product didn't seem to work anymore, the scent was still sticking around and I did not care for it at all. Therefore, it makes one of my most unliked, most disliked items of 2022. Will not repurchase. Had only a sample size, and thank goodness for that, because I would not be keeping a full-size bottle, that is for sure. Did not like it, did not work for me. Next up, Dye Hair Mask. Scent on this, beautiful, smells really nice. I definitely put in what I thought was an adequate amount, although I have seen people put in way, way more, so maybe that's where I went wrong, but I did not find that it really worked all that well. Whatever it is about the porosity of my hair does not seem to soak in masks and conditioners that well, so that is very often why you find that I don't talk about them and rave about them and holy grail them up here on this channel, because they just don't work that well for me, and there's no way I'm going to sit here and lie about conditioners being absolutely fabulous, masks being absolutely fabulous, when they just don't work that well on my hair. So therefore, you might find that your experience varies. I'm definitely not trying to say that these work and don't work for everybody. If they're at Sephora, you can pretty much guarantee they're working for somebody, or else they wouldn't be there anymore. They would be off the shelves if they never get repurchased. So for me, Day Hair Mask was a no-go. It didn't really do very much. It was really just my takeaway at the end of the day. If you're gonna buy something, from Sephora, you want it to work. Otherwise, just go to the drugstore and get a hair mask from there. Now, this one was a bit of a shocker. Oribe. The bottles are beautiful on this particular line. I've seen them at Nordstrom. I think I've seen them at Sephora, or maybe they only carry it on Sephora online. It doesn't matter. Anyhow, the bottles are gorgeous. They look so sculptural. They're like works of art. They're like, oh, they're so pretty. The colors are just so luxurious looking, but oh my goodness, the Oribe mask was one of the most expensive masks that they carry at Sephora. And I used it and I could not understand what the fuss was all about. It did nothing for me. It did not do more than Olaplex does. You may as well just buy Olaplex and get a heck of a lot more of it. You can probably buy all of the Olaplex for the price that you'd be paying for an Oribe, just the mask product. But I cannot understand why they're charging so much money for it. I just felt that it was overhyped, and the scent was fine, not as nice as I thought it would be for the money. But many people, again, love it. Perhaps it's down to my hair type and my hair porosity. Just did not find that it was good. I'd say it was definitely my all-time worst of the entire year, considering the price point, considering that I had really high hopes, because not one, two, but multiple people said that they really love this hair mask, and I'm not trying to take away from it if it does work for you. I would say maybe if you want to try it though, just get the small size and don't invest in the big one and see how that works for you, because they do have a travel size at Sephora as far as I know. At least that's the size that I purchased, and I still didn't like it, but anyway. So let's just end this on a higher note. Let's talk about things that I thought were just the best overall, maybe not related to products per se, but the best thing that I did for myself, the gift that I gave myself this year that is still paying off many, many dividends, was that I got off social media for the most part. Basically, right now I use it as a marketing tool. I do check Instagram once in a while to make sure I'm not missing any like DMs because, you know, I do get sort of, I'm not going to say desperate, I'm going to say emotional people reaching out to me asking me advice about hair stuff, and I do check once a week or so to make sure that I'm not missing anything, you know, there. But generally, I don't really spend hours perusing Instagram. I totally deleted TikTok off my phone. That was amazing. Got definitely an hour back of my day and just sort of decided to distance myself from all social media. I do still stay tuned to the comments here, so always feel free to leave me a comment here. I feel like this is not exactly a social medium. It's not really based on us knowing each other socially. I don't feel like it sort of has the same attention grabbing effect on my time that, you know, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, it doesn't sort of have the engineering to make you obsessed or make me obsessed to keep checking back. So I do appreciate that. So yes, I'm still here. You'll find me in the community tab. You'll find me doing this. The other thing that it allowed me to do, getting back so much time, was to create something of my very own, an online publication called Helen Avery. So if you haven't signed up yet, please do. It is helenavery.substack.com, and I have lots of great stuff that I write. So this is the whole other side of my personality, which is me as a writer. I hope that you'll join. It very much works together with the content that you see here. So these things are going in lockstep. I hope that you sign up. All you need to have is an email address, which of course I will keep private. I'm not trying to like sell you anything. This is literally just a newsletter that I hope you enjoy because I like sharing my writing, and this is a way for us to keep in touch too, because if anything ever happens to YouTube, anything ever happens to Instagram, Twitter, etc. and so forth, I can still get in touch with you about what's going on, updates, where things are going, all that kind of stuff. Please do sign up there if you haven't yet. That could be your Christmas gift to me. My organic delivery is here. Here we are, unboxing time of a different sort. So the reason that I have these here delivered is actually more cost effective, and it's all organic. And again, I'm not someone who's like super crunchy or anything like that, but it makes my life easier and I can select all the things I want. It is Fresh City Farms, for those of you who live in the Toronto area and want to know who I'm using. What had happened was my friend had it delivered and I was at her house when she got this delivery, and everything that was coming out of the box was looking 10 times better than the stuff I normally get. Like the broccoli looked like great, the bananas looked fantastic. So once I saw that she had that delivered, I was like, I think I want to get on that bandwagon too. I don't know why it's more cost effective. Maybe because they're just like buying from the wholesaler or wherever you call it directly. But I just know that I benefit from getting all these straight to my door and I don't have to go to the grocery store, which I appreciate, especially this time of year where I'm just busy with other stuff. Like many of you, I'm just like running around before Christmas trying to get all my stuff done. It's just one less thing. And I know that I'll have access to great fruit and vegetables all week long, which I know I don't show that often. I often show when I'm eating out because it's a little bit more fun, a bit more of an occasion. But let me tell you, I eat my fair share of this, of this stuff. Out for a little afternoon walk, just get a little bit of fresh air. It is very much a gray day, and you'll see around me, everything is kind of bleak looking a bit, and that is just the time of year. It tends to be very gray here. This is a really typical day, not too freezing cold yet. Actually, our cold month is January and February. It's not so much December, interestingly enough. I know that people associate full winter with December, but here it actually sort of leans toward, I'd say, almost February. Actually brought matching gloves this time, but it turns out it's actually 8 degrees. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit as per usual, but I will put it up on the screen so I don't need these. It's nice to be outside though, even though it's not terribly pretty in terms of, you know, it's kind of brownish out and the leaves and trees, the leaves are gone, the trees are bare. I still feel that it's good to get out, get fresh air, get a good walk in, and I just tend to sleep much better. Do you guys do that as well? Let me know down in the comments. I love this house. It has beautiful mid-century modern lines, and look at all those windows. It reminds me of the Brady Bunch. More really nice homes. Another that is quite pretty. A little free library with a really nice painting on the side. Site of a future mansion, I guess. Sorry that everything is quite dark, at least how I'm seeing it through my side of the camera. It's just a dark day. I don't think I've ever noticed this house before. uphill we go. Time to head back home. I forgot to show you guys my Christmas tree. Let's go and do that now. So here's the tree, and if you saw my last vlog, it was a bit of a fail in that we had to return it because the first one we got was a bit too dry. But here's the new one. It smells beautiful, looks beautiful, is very healthy, is drinking water, unlike the other one, which would not drink any water that we put in. I hope the lights aren't jittering a little bit on the screen. They look fine in person, but sometimes LED does not pick up properly when you're filming. But anyway, looking good. Happy about the way that turned out. Happy about the way these turned out. You can see a tutorial that I did on these on, I think, 2 vlogs ago. I think I'll link that up for you guys down below in the description box, just in case it's hard to find. And I'm gonna sit down now for the 1-hour walk that ended up being kind of more like a 1-hour hike. I'm gonna sit down and have a much well-earned snack, bit of cheese, crackers, half of a banana, and you know, a marshmallow chocolate covered type cookie, of course. Today in Yorkville for an event this morning, and I was here a couple vlogs ago. You may remember it was not done up. These lights were not out yet. We are back today. These lights look really pretty, don't they? Oh my gosh, there's pigeons around here and I've forgotten. I'm not gonna show you guys because I've picked a more private area, but how busy it is around here compared to my neighborhood, because this is much more active, much more businessy, much more shopping, commercial area, and also just a lot of tourists are out and about. I hope that they enjoy it. It is a sunny day, so that's nice. Pigeons everywhere though. I'm here a few minutes early, as I always am. I always say if I'm not on time, you should worry about whether I'm alive or not, because on time is late in my books. But anyway, having a nice 11 o'clock mocha in this case. Usually I have a cappuccino at home. I'm gonna have this. I am actually just a few minutes early, and then I'm gonna head on over to the event. So what you saw there were some amazing Danish slippers, handmade in Nepal by a wonderful couple. I'm gonna put all links down below in the description box. Have a look, and I'm getting a pair sent to me, so I'm gonna make sure that I unbox that with you guys. When I say handmade, I don't mean they actually make them. They actually own the company and the storefront and the online store, but they are handmade by artisans in Nepal is what I was trying to say. I normally don't feel that conspicuous vlogging, but I do here because there are just so many people. It is so unlike where I live, where it's much quieter. Oh my gosh, look at this weird statue. Let's get a closer look. Heading now to meet a friend for lunch, and I'm gonna show you what we're gonna eat. It's gonna be fantastic. I am a very bad vlogger, it turns out. I totally forgot to take any video whatsoever of my lunch, but I can assure you it was good. A great time was had with my friend and I. Had a lot of snafus though, trying to get to each other, because the subway was not cooperating with us. But anyhow, I'm home in one piece. It is frosty, chilly out. Got a nice walk in. Now I'm in my comfy clothes. And while I was gone, a package came for me. This is from, I don't know if you can see it, Current Body, and a vlogger, YouTuber that I follow, Josie London. I don't know if any of you are familiar with her. She does some beautiful vlogs based out of her old home in the Cotswolds in England. She uses Current Body products, I think specifically an LED mask, and I can't remember what's in here. But we will check this out together. I am just waiting on now something else so that next time, hopefully I pop up, because I think I'm gonna call it quits for the night right now, but there's more, stay tuned. The next time we sit down together, hopefully I'll have both boxes and we can look at what's inside these together. So I thought I would end the vlog, not now, so don't pop off now, but I will end off when I have both packages to open together and show you guys. Well, good morning from your very exhausted vlogger. Yesterday I had my entire family over, or almost my entire family. Not everybody was able to make it, but a good many of us piled into my home and we had a really great time, ate a lot of really great food, played some silly Christmassy type games. It was really good. It was a dry day though, and so it was kind of crazy to wake up to all this snow. Have a look around. Just love a quiet day. When the snow first lands, everything's nice and clean. The air is crisp. And I just love snow before January. Now, once January, February hit, I'm actually kind of ready for it to be over at that point. And yet it keeps on giving. Sometimes even snowier than it is around this time. So today I'm just gonna have a nice long walk and enjoy it. The 2 packages I thought I would be getting, I have not received yet. So I may even have to push that into the next vlog, but if I get them in the next little bit, the next day or so, I will open them with you guys. I am excited to get them though. Should be kind of cool. I would much actually rather be inside by the fireplace reading a book, but I thought it would come out. However, I have been following a new fitness routine called the Huberman Protocol. Do you guys know Andrew Huberman at all? He is a really top podcaster, also a professor at Stanford, and he has these really long podcasts and I kind of enjoy them. They are very much over my head though, being someone who doesn't know very much about biology and science, but he really does try and break it down so that regular people like me with liberal arts degrees can understand it. So that is most welcome. Oh my gosh, the snow is getting into my eyelashes. So there's just specific days where you do specific things, and so today is sort of the long endurance exercise part of it, where I just try and get my cardio up a little bit, nothing crazy, for an extended period of time. So I've been trying this out. The next vlog, which will be Christmas Eve. Can you imagine? How is this happening? Time is just flying. So I may hang on unless they come very, very quickly, but I suspect the second one, I actually have one of them, which is from Current Body. You saw the box. The second one though is these really nice Better Felt slippers, and I'm sure they'll get here tomorrow. But if they don't, I may hold on until the next vlog. Gosh, what you don't see behind the scenes is how incredibly hard it actually is when people are doing Vlogmas to keep up with the whole schedule. If you have a vlogger that you really enjoy and they're doing Vlogmas right now, they're going to be exhausted by the time January rolls around, because I'm only doing this 2 times a week and it's a lot. It's a lot. Mind you, a lot of them have big teams that help them out. They don't do the editing themselves anymore. But anyway, I'm kind of rattling on because you guys are keeping me company on my long walk. Oh my goodness, out there in the distance are Niall and Killian. I didn't know they were coming out. That's funny. So they're coming out to do some sledding. Anyhow, they're having fun out in the snow. Nice snow day for everybody. I'm gonna head home now. This wonderful snowy vista, including some winter birds, gave way the next day to melt, and we headed off to Stockyards Village, an outdoor mall not too far from me. This is one of our few outdoor malls. We have, I think, maybe 1 or 2, not that many in Toronto, because I don't think we have the climate for it, because I've seen these mostly in California, and that to me makes complete sense. But because we're so often rainy, snowy, icy, we don't tend to want to shop in these kind of scenarios. We prefer an indoor mall where I am. But anyhow, I'm here to hit up Marshall's to pick up a few Christmas related bits and bobs just to make sure that I'm completely ready for the impending holidays. Oh, look, a Panda Express. We don't have many of these here in Toronto. I don't know why. They're just not popular. I know they are in the US, but we have other ones, and we're just stuck behind this U-Haul truck. We're gonna park. Then we pop into Marshall's. I grab what I need, and then quickly I'm home, and I discovered that my second package is here. Ta-da! I did pre-open them. I just opened them quickly because I don't want to be struggling on camera, as I always am. But have a look at these. These are my Better Felt new slippers. They're so nice. Look Look at them. They're just the cutest. And the best thing about them is, I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see it, but they feature this one little stitch. So every artisan puts their own stitch on here, and so you can go online, which we'll do, and match the stitch to the person who actually made your slippers. These are gonna be wonderfully warm. You wear them barefoot. And I decided what to do is that we'll just open and look at these now, and then I'll wear them a bit. And then next vlog, which will be Christmas Eve, wow, we will do like sort of more of a debrief on them and see how they are. And what I've noticed already is that I did take out some newspaper. The newspaper is, because they're made in Nepal, obviously the newspaper is from Nepal. That is stuffed inside too. These are fair trade certified, which I was speaking to the owner about it, which is incredibly labor intensive designation to get, but very important. And if it isn't hard to get, then it's not really worth very much, right? So there are many hurdles that you sort of have to jump through and ensure that are in place. But they're just lovely. They're just really just so nice. And they have these nice rubber bottoms. You can also get a leather version. So I look forward to putting these on and wearing them around a bit and giving you the full rundown on the next video. So stay tuned for that. So that was the thing I was the most excited for. And so I'll show you what else I have. Again, I pre-opened these because, you know, otherwise it's like 10 minutes of me here fumbling on camera. Okay, current body. And what was inside was, wow. They were incredibly generous to me. They sent me just to try. There was no obligation for me to even post this, but this is the kind of stuff we love to talk about, so why wouldn't I? Current Body Skin Cryo Roller, which I guess is almost like jade rollers, but this one, you put it in the fridge and it gets cold, and you may have seen like a lot of beauty gurus. I really need it for right there. It feels amazing. It's just in my room and it feels quite cold, so I can't imagine how cold it must get in the fridge or freezer, and that's how you roll it. So we'll do this next vlog, so be sure to stay tuned, like, subscribe, all the things. What else was in that box? Current Body Skin Hydrogel Face Mask. So I don't know if you put this on the thing that I'm gonna show you next, which is sort of the pièce de résistance, which is this. I can't believe they sent this to me. This is exactly the thing that I was thinking that perhaps they were gonna send. This is a very pricey LED light therapy mask that's very highly rated by the vlogger that I like, whose name is Josie, who I've mentioned here before. I've never used one of these LED face masks before, but you know what? This is amazing. I've got all the things I need to not actually have to go to the spa, which is the last thing on my mind right now because I'm just so busy. There we are. Okay, we're gonna, I promise you we'll try all this out together. Oh my gosh, this promises to be good fun and hopefully beneficial to my skin. So I am more than pleased to give that a try with you guys. So we'll do all this. Have a cozy Christmas Eve on the next vlog. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Oh, before I forget, what I'm gonna do is put up here last vlog so you can have a look at that in case you missed it. It's Vlogmas, there aren't that many left, so maybe you want to catch up with some of the older stuff. See ya.